So let me first say, I don't traditionally start remarks with a song, but this song has been in my spirit really hard. Anybody ever had that happen? That the song is in my spirit, it's coming back. And I said, this song is about this day. This song is about this event. This song has to be the inspiration for my talk today. So I hope you all heard the words of the song, because there's going to be a test later. No, because we're gonna go through those words during my speech today. Before I get started, I just want to thank the Cincinnati Herald for putting on this event. Jan Michelle and her attorney. Dan and Kate Youngs, the entire staff of the Cincinnati Herald. How about those young people, those young men who are forward at the They're waving in the back, which is what we love to see. And all the young people here today, young people stand up. All our young people stand up. Look at these beautiful young people who are here on this Saturday. Honoring and valuing their heritage. How about that for our young people? I don't know about you, but I'm not believing what they're saying. Because I think our young people are all right. That doesn't mean we don't have work to do, but I think they're going to be all right. Let me also congratulate the honorees who are up here with me, and it just gives me chills as I read their bios. I don't know how much you know about these people, but these are amazing, beautiful, accomplished women who truly embody the spirit of Queen Nefertiti. Is that right? Am I right about that? So, at the city here, I just want to thank these women for the tremendous contributions that they make and continue to make in our city, in our region. We're truly grateful and humbled to have you in our city, and I'm humbled to be here with you today. You've done amazing things, and we're so proud to have you in our city. I love this event because it celebrates the best in all of us. It's a time for us to take just a moment and truly celebrate and reflect on how wonderful the work is that has been done in our community. And it's a time for us to reflect on the work that is yet to be done. So I don't want you to miss the message. This is an inspirational message. But anybody who's ever heard me speak before knows that I always give us a little bit of work to do. It's very important. So I love the song that was playing, and if you didn't hear it, it's called Beautiful Flower by India Arie. And it became the inspiration for this conversation that I'm going to have with you all today. It's an important reminder for all of us in the midst of a year that has been full of unsettling and difficult circumstances in our community, in our world, that we are able to create the world that we want to see. Isn't that a good reminder? In the midst of all the disturbing and difficult things, we are able to create the world that we want to see. Or as the song says, there is nothing in the world that you can't do when you believe in you. Is that the truth? All right. So I gave a speech earlier this year to a group of young men and women as part of the Black Girl Rock celebration at UC. And I emphasize the importance of loving yourself and loving each other. Because that's what our young people need to learn. I used the quote from the movie The Help, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. We all remember that scene when Abelin's looking at the little girl and she says, you need to say to yourself, I is smart, I is kind, I is important. We all know that line. I talked to the young people about the importance of saying that. The miracle in that moment, though, was that Abeline was able to encourage a girl to say and believe something that she didn't even believe for herself. Isn't that something? The miracle and the strength of a woman to be able to reach beyond their own circumstance and encourage somebody else, which is what I love about that movie and about that. And what I know and what the song reveals is that we are what we believe ourselves to be. If we want to change the world, all we have to do is believe in ourselves. And by the end of that movie, if you all recall, Abeline learns, and we learn, that those words are also true for her. She just had to believe it, and when she did, she was able to change her community and her world. Beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. That's the way the song describes women. That's who we are. Beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. So I submit that life is not about what we see. Not at all. It's about what we believe is possible. That has certainly been true for me. Some of you have heard my story. Certainly the bio reflects the highlights, but I'll tell you a little bit about the lowlights. We all got highlights and lowlights. The lowlights don't always make it in the bio, so I always like to make sure I earn my credibility and give you the lowlights. I was born to a mentally ill mother and a drug-addicted father. Based on just those two factors, I was supposed to be what they call a statistic. But I was raised by a grandmother. Anybody got a grandmother? After raising 8 children of her own, raised 4 grandchildren, myself, my sister, and 2 of her cousins. Grandma. I decided at the age of 8, growing up in high school, I wanted to be a lawyer. It was that declaration that I believe was sealed in heaven and returned to me at the appointed time. Anybody got some declarations sealed in heaven waiting for them at the appointed time? So I became the first in my family to graduate from college, later graduating from law school, business school, and I currently serve as one of the youngest members of Cincinnati Herald. That's what happens when you share it. Along that journey, there were many difficult days and nights, setbacks that seemed insurmountable in the moment. Moments that I was sure I wouldn't make it. There were many moments. And had I known what I know today, I would be saying and reciting this very song to myself. So that's why I want to make sure that we encourage our young people, and I'll tell you how we're going to do that. Had I focused on what I saw, I would have never been able to make it beyond the circumstances, but ultimately fulfill my dream of becoming a lawyer and dream again to become a leader in the state. So many in our community suffer from a lack of belief. We know that. We know what it looks like. If we only focus on what we see, it's easy to understand why people might lose hope. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to give you some facts that I think are really important. African Americans in this country are more likely to be homeless than to provide a safe, secure home for their family. More likely to die or contract just about every disease and disorder. Our men are more likely to go to jail than to college, less likely to own a business, less likely to sit in C-suite, twice as likely to be unemployed, more likely to live in poverty. And what we've seen over the last year is an increase in violence across our country and our world. Unarmed men killed by police officers, hundreds of girls kidnapped from villages in Africa, mothers suffering from what I call postpartum depression, killing their babies. Mothers killing their babies. So many in our community suffer what I call undiagnosed PTSD. From decades, years, and generations of being beat down, beat up, broken up, physically, emotionally, and psychologically in our community. Time and time again. Starting with the whip of the chain, and then the water hose, then the shotgun. Time. But what we have to remember is that now we're moving from the darkness into light. Is that what the song says? This is the defining moments of our lives. It's essential during these trying times that we don't believe or accept what we see. Instead, we believe in our ability to change our world. Beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. Our honorees today, who I've read a lot about and some I know very well, understand and embody these principles. They've been changing our community and the work they do every single day. They're educating and empowering our children, breaking the glass ceiling of corporate America, changing the face of science and medicine, using their creativity to elevate and inspire and starting businesses and creating wealth in our community. These women who are represented right here with me are doing that and more. Just like Queen Nefertiti, they refuse to allow societal ills, beliefs, social conventions to limit their ability to lead and make a difference in their community. Thank you so much for the contribution you all continue to make despite what it looks like. Yeah. But our work has been done. Give them a round of applause. Beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. Do you know what would happen in your psyche if you just said that to yourself over and over again? What that would change in the universe? What that would change? Oh my goodness. We are what we believe we are. Like Aileen did with the young girl in health, it's our responsibility to share this message with those who need to hear it. We must remind our young mothers that they are beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient, and they can make it through difficult times as they raise their children. We must remind young girls who don't understand their value and they want to emulate what they see on TV and the internet, that they are beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. The woman who has lost her job and doesn't believe she'll ever be able to realize her full potential and see her dream come true. She's beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. We need to remind the woman who is suffering from an illness that is stripping her body of energy and vitality, who doesn't think she's going to make it through, that she is beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, resilient. The widow who lost her husband and is struggling to get up every single morning because she has lost her partner, her life, her light, that she is, y'all know what I'm saying, beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, and resilient. We are not our circumstances. We are not what we see. We are, in fact, what we believe we are and what we can do. That's the message for today, ladies and gentlemen. And I truly believe that for each and every one of us, this is true. Every single one of us, this is true. Two things. That we are, beautiful, valuable, powerful, brilliant, and resilient. And that there is nothing in the world that we can't do when you believe in you. Thank you.